Thank you for watching WISD TV. I'm Amber George here at Baylor University's McLean Stadium. Today we are listening to a press conference held by CEO James Parsons of CIS Heart of Texas Communities and Schools and AT&T. Let's go listen in on the press conference.
I am James Parsons, CEO of Community Schools of the Heart of Texas. And today we have a very important event to share with you. And we'd like to have a number of people address our friends and family and supporters that are here today and talk in more detail about not only what Communities and Schools does, but what we're going to be doing that's new in the coming months and years. First, I'd like to start with a very important person in our lives at Communities and Schools, Ms. Debbie Keel, representing AT&T.
Thank you, James. Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here. I am Debbie Keel, the Regional Director for AT&T, and am proud to be representing AT&T at this special event. Our nation realizes that the advancement of our children's education for the 21st century workforce is critical. And at AT&T, we know that technology is a solution here. It can fundamentally alter education and widen the talent pipeline, and AT&T is poised to help drive this change. Today, I am delighted to announce an AT&T Aspire contribution to Communities and Schools of the Heart of Texas in the amount of $895,485.24. This is the largest single contribution ever received by this chapter of Communities and Schools and the largest Aspire grant we are making across the state of Texas this year. Let me just say that this contribution and our partnership with Communities and Schools underscores AT&T's commitment to Communities and Schools' proven model that helps kids graduate high school and stay on track to a brighter future. This 2-year AT&T Aspire grant will support Communities and Schools, Heart of Texas, efforts to expand its programming into rural communities that have significant populations of students at risk of dropping out of high school. The new sites include Chilton, Clifton, Fairfield, Hillsboro, and Mexia high schools. As a part of the effort, each high school will be assigned a program manager who will provide individual case management for 100 at-risk students, as well as campus-wide activities such as college fairs, speakers, and other resources. The Heart of Communities and Schools core programs is the presence of caring adults who provide at-risk students with academic, social, and emotional support with an emphasis on envisioning eventually college enrollment and careers. Communities and Schools program staff identifies at-risk students who would benefit from a menu of more than 200 supportive services, which include food, clothing, tutoring, mentoring, and career coaching. And AT&T is honored to be a part of this. The sheer nature of what we do as a business is driving change in many parts of society. AT&T Aspire, our signature education initiative, engages AT&T's network, mobile, and cloud technologies, our employees, and the organizations we work to make a transformational impact on learning. Education has been a priority for AT&T for more than a century, and we believe that we invest in education, we are making stronger communities, safer and more economically viable. Investing in a well-educated workforce may be the single most important thing we can do to support a strong global economy. And that is why AT&T has committed a total of $350 million to educate through our Aspire program. Since its launch in 2008, Aspire has been a force for change in the corporate industry, and AT&T is proud of the program's accomplishments. We've impacted more than 1 million students in all 50 states and built over 1,000 high-performing organizations. And now, for the first time, the nation is on track to meet the goal of 90% on-time graduation by 2020. As we continue on this journey, we aspire to continue to remove barriers to academic success and career growth, and to help students regardless of age, gender, income, or zip code, and make their biggest dreams become reality. Through a highly selective and competitive process that included over 1,100 applications, those selected were evaluated on their effectiveness in helping students graduate ready for career or college. The selected organizations and programs used evidence-based approaches and are able to demonstrate quantitative results. It's going to take all of us working together, parents, educators, students, nonprofits, and the business community, to keep driving forward. We look forward to working with each of you as we continue to invest in students today at home, in the classroom, at work, and to prepare them for the success of tomorrow. Thank you very much for being here today, and we at AT&T are so very proud to support Communities in Schools, Heart of Texas, with this contribution.
Thank you very much, Debbie. Of course, Communities in Schools of the Heart of Texas is deeply grateful to AT&T for this contribution. This is going to allow us to go into areas where Communities in Schools has never had a programmatic presence before. Most of our history has been in McLennan County and also in Marlin, but now we're going as far west as Clifton and as far east as Fairfield and to north in Hill County, a very large area, and these students, we believe, will benefit from the support of our program, starting with program managers who will be there full-time Monday through Friday on campus to work with these individual children one-on-one and provide them with supports on a case-by-case basis. And over time, it is our hope to flesh this out into a bigger program and use our other resources that we have at hand, including the AmeriCorps program, the VISTA program, interns from universities, hundreds of mentors and tutors, and other caring adults that can make a difference in the lives of these children. So thanks once again to AT&T for this show of support, and we are very excited about expanding our operation and reaching as many children as possible in the heart of Texas who need this kind of support in order to attend school, do well academically, do well behaviorally in every aspect of their lives at school, and even extended into their families at home.
James called me about 2 or 3 months ago and said, I think we need to visit because you're talking about the same things in Prosper Waco that we've been working on in Communities in Schools for years. So we sat down and spent some time together, and everything that Debbie mentioned as part of the AT&T Aspire grant and the Aspire program about providing completion of post-secondary education for economically disadvantaged students is our #1 goal in this community. We can't begin to raise the standard of living and the household income if we don't have a more educated, accomplished workforce. So thank you, AT&T and Debbie. I couldn't say anything more than what she did, so just thank you all for being here, and thank you, AT&T.
I want to say that I was fortunate to marry into a family of educators, and as a result of that, I know firsthand about the importance of education. And if you think about it, education is the seed corn for a vibrant economic future for all of our families and for all of our communities. And so in order to do that, it takes not only the investment of taxpayers from local school districts and from the state and from the federal government, but it also takes people right here at home. And for corporations like AT&T to put together the Aspire program and then to turn around and help the communities and schools of Central Texas or the heart of Texas to receive a grant like this, it really moves the needle in order to help our local school districts be all that they can be, especially those that may be a little bit challenged. And so with this, it helps level the playing field. It helps get us to where we can all have great schools. And when that happens, all of our communities are better off and all of our families are better off. So thank you very much to Debbie and to AT&T for your forward-looking way of thinking about education in this country.
And so this is huge. And for AT&T to continue their Aspires program and continue to help established a foundation of education in the great state of Texas is amazing. And this 395,000, in excess of 395,000, goes just to this chapter. And that's just incredible, and we're really, really honored to be a part of that. And I represent McLennan County, and in fact, the state of Texas here today to say this is a great step forward. And there'll be over 100,000 youngsters, 107,000 is what the projection is, in Texas drop out of school. These type programs are a giant step forward in keeping those youngsters there and getting them involved in what it takes to be successful.
At this time, if I can ask Congressman Flores to join James and Representative Anderson and Mayor Duncan, I would like to present the check, Mayor, for $895,495.24.
All right.
What an incredible gift from AT&T to CIS Heart of Texas. I know CEO James Parsons and AT&T Representative Debbie Keel couldn't be more thrilled to continue services that CIS provides Waco ISD students, as well as now expanding into other areas even outside of McLennan County. We hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching WISD TV. Learners today, leaders tomorrow.